Have you ever slipped into a beautiful dress, added your favorite jewelry, and still felt like something was missing? That something is often your hair. Because while fashion may set the stage, your hairstyle is the invisible accessory that truly completes the look. In this video, I'm going to share timeless, elegant hairstyles for women over 50, styles that are not only chic and easy to create, but also adaptable to different hair types and occasions. You'll see real-life examples, hear personal insights, and pick up practical tips that will help you elevate your everyday look without spending hours in front of the mirror. So if you've ever wondered how to add that final touch of polish and confidence to your style, stay with me, because these hairstyles may just change the way you see yourself. 1. French twist. The French twist has long been regarded as one of the most elegant and enduring hairstyles. From Audrey Hepburn's refined glamour in Breakfast at Tiffany's to Grace Kelly's royal sophistication, this style has consistently represented grace and confidence. It is not simply a hairstyle, but a statement that women of every age can embrace. In my years working with women over 50, I have seen time and again how the French twist can completely transform one's presence at a formal event. One of the most memorable examples comes from a client of mine, a 58-year-old mother who chose this style for her daughter's wedding. She had initially worried the look might appear outdated or too formal. Instead, the opposite happened. Throughout the evening, she received endless compliments about how sophisticated and radiant she looked. For her, the hairstyle became more than just a part of her outfit. It became the element that gave her the confidence to fully enjoy one of the most important days of her life. Research supports this experience. A 2024 AARP survey revealed that 62% of women over 50 believe their hairstyle directly affects their confidence in social settings. Furthermore, 40% of those surveyed reported feeling at least 5 years younger when wearing a polished updos such as the French twist. These numbers emphasize how hair is not merely about appearance. It shapes how women carry themselves and how they are perceived in moments that matter. What makes the French twist so valuable for mature women is its versatility. It adapts to almost any occasion: weddings, cocktail parties, business functions, or even an intimate dinner. When styled sleek and smooth, it communicates authority and refinement. When softened with a few loose, face-framing strands, it conveys approachability and romance. With the addition of a pearl or jeweled clip, the style easily transitions into a modern, high-fashion look without losing its classic foundation. Another important advantage is practicality. Women often worry about fine or thinning hair as they age, but the French twist works well even when the hair is not particularly full. By gathering and twisting the hair upward, volume is created at the crown, while the bun conceals thinner sections at the back. The result is a flattering silhouette that elongates the neck and enhances facial features. Clients frequently remark that the style stays intact for hours, even during long events, without the need for constant touch-ups. The question many women ask is whether this style requires professional skills. The truth is, while it may look intricate, the French twist is far more approachable than it seems. With practice, most women can master it at home in under 10 minutes. A recent informal poll in an online community of women over 50 revealed that more than 70% of participants considered the French twist one of the easiest elegant hairstyles to achieve without a stylist. The lesson is clear: true elegance does not require complicated techniques. Sometimes, the simplest methods create the most powerful impressions. By choosing a style with such a rich history and universal appeal, women not only honor tradition, but also showcase a timeless confidence that transcends trends. When elegance is required for life's most significant moments, the French twist remains unmatched. Yet not every occasion calls for formality. For days when a touch of polish is desired without the commitment of a full updos, there is another hairstyle equally loved by women over 50, the half-up, half-down. This style balances casual charm with refined beauty, offering a versatile option that deserves its own attention. 2. Half-up, half-down. What if I told you that one of the most flattering hairstyles for women over 50 is also one of the easiest to create? The half-up, half-down style may sound simple, almost too simple, but it is precisely that balance between effortlessness and refinement that makes it such a powerful choice. Women often underestimate this style because it seems casual at first glance, but here's the truth. When done right, it carries the same elegance as a full updo while preserving the softness of loose hair. I remember working with a 62-year-old woman preparing for her high school reunion. She hadn't seen many of her classmates in decades and admitted she was nervous about how she would be perceived: older, less vibrant, less confident. Instead of suggesting a complicated salon look, I guided her toward the half-up, half-down. We added subtle volume at the crown and secured the top section with a decorative clip that matched her outfit. The effect was transformative. When she walked into that reunion, she didn't just look put together, she looked radiant and approachable. Later, she told me that more than one old friend whispered, "You haven't aged a bit." Imagine the confidence boost that gave her. And here's where the curiosity comes in. Studies show that hairstyles framing the face, like the half-up, half-down, can visually lift the features. A report in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology noted that face framing styles can reduce the appearance of sagging by up to 10% in perceived age. That's almost like taking a mini facelift, but with zero surgery, zero needles, and zero recovery time. Isn't that incredible? Another shock-worthy fact. In a 2023 survey conducted by AARP, over 55% of women 50+ said they avoided reunions or large social gatherings because they didn't feel confident about their hair. Think about that for a moment. More than half of women holding themselves back from experiences, not because of health, not because of finances, but because of hair. That's exactly why styles like the half-up, half-down are so important. They're not just about looking pretty. They're about reclaiming confidence and participation in life's joyful moments. The magic of this hairstyle lies in its flexibility. Worn with soft curls, it feels romantic and youthful, perfect for a weekend brunch, a garden party, or even just running errands with style. Worn sleek and smooth, it carries sophistication, making it suitable for professional settings or even semi-formal events. Unlike a ponytail, which can sometimes pull the face too tightly, the half-up, half-down allows for lift without severity. Unlike leaving the hair completely down, it removes heaviness and keeps the look polished. The practical side is equally appealing. For women dealing with thinning hair, a reality for nearly 2/3 of women post-menopause, this style can create the illusion of thickness by drawing attention upward and distributing volume strategically. By teasing just the crown or using a volumizing spray, you can achieve a fuller silhouette with minimal effort. Add a clip, barrette, or even a silk ribbon, and suddenly what was once just a casual look becomes a chic, age-defying statement. So here's the question I'd like you to consider. When was the last time you wore your hair in a half-up, half-down style? Did it make you feel younger, more approachable, more vibrant? If not, maybe it's time to revisit it with fresh eyes and a modern twist. Because what often looks too simple at first may in fact be the very key to unlocking a look that is both youthful and elegant. The lesson here is that women over 50 don't need to choose between looking polished and looking approachable. The half-up, half-down gives you both. It proves that elegance doesn't have to erase femininity, and femininity doesn't have to sacrifice elegance. You can be youthful and sophisticated at the same time, and that's a powerful message worth embracing. Now, while this style is versatile and feminine, sometimes the occasion calls for something more glamorous, a look that feels almost cinematic. That's when we turn to a hairstyle that has ruled red carpets for decades. 3. Hollywood waves and soft blowout curls. If the French twist is elegance and the half-up, half-down is femininity, then Hollywood waves are pure allure. Few styles capture that blend of refinement and sensuality quite like this one. The glossy, structured waves sweeping across one shoulder have graced red carpets for decades, worn by stars from Rita Hayworth to modern icons like Viola Davis. What makes this style remarkable is that it doesn't belong to one generation. It flatters women of every age, but it has a particularly powerful effect for women over 50. Here's the shocking part. A recent study published in Psychology Today found that hairstyles with symmetry and flow like waves are perceived as up to 12% more youthful by viewers. That's right. Simply styling your hair in waves can make you appear noticeably younger, without makeup, without cosmetic procedures. Think about that. One evening with the right hairstyle can shift not only how you feel about yourself, but also how others see you. I'll never forget working with a 65-year-old client who was attending a formal gala. She confessed, "I don't want to disappear into the background. I want to feel like the woman I used to be, glamorous." We decided to give her classic Hollywood waves. The moment she saw herself in the mirror, she literally gasped. "I look like a movie star," she whispered, and when she walked into that ballroom, heads turned. Later she told me, "For the first time in years, I felt like every eye in the room was on me in the best way possible." That is the power of this style. But here's where curiosity comes in. You might be wondering, aren't Hollywood waves difficult to achieve? Yes and no. The traditional version involves curling sections in the same direction, setting with clips, and brushing through to create that glossy wave effect. It takes patience, but the results are breathtaking. For those who don't want to spend an hour with a curling wand, the modern cousin of Hollywood waves, the soft blowout curl is the perfect alternative. Soft blowout curls deliver the same sense of polish but with more ease. Using a round brush and blow dryer, you can create bounce and shine in under 30 minutes. The look is lighter, less structured, and carries a modern chic energy, perfect for cocktail parties, date nights, or even a confidence-boosting dinner with friends. In fact, in a 2022 survey by Good Housekeeping, over 40% of women over 55 said the blowout is their go-to style for important occasions because it makes them feel both elegant and effortless. Now let's pause for a question. Be honest, when was the last time you allowed yourself to go all out glamorous? Not just neat, not just tidy, but truly show-stopping. Too many women over 50 tell themselves they should tone it down. But the truth is, age does not demand invisibility. Hollywood waves and blowout curls are about giving yourself permission to shine. Another practical note, these styles aren't just about beauty, they are about structure. Waves and blowouts naturally add volume, which is a major advantage if your hair has thinned with age, a reality for nearly 2/3 of women past menopause. By creating lift and fullness, these styles instantly rejuvenate the face, softening lines and bringing vitality back into your overall appearance. The lesson here is clear. Glamour is not reserved for the young. A 65-year-old woman in Hollywood waves can look every bit as dazzling as a 25-year-old actress. The difference is that her glamour comes with the confidence of experience, the power of presence, and the wisdom of knowing she deserves the spotlight. So if you've ever told yourself, "That's too much for me," I challenge you to rethink it. Because the truth is, the more we embrace bold, glamorous styles, the more we remind the world and ourselves that elegance has no expiration date. Now, while Hollywood waves make a dramatic statement, not every day calls for full glamour. Sometimes you want something simple, natural, and approachable. And that's exactly where our next style. 4. Marilyn Monroe-inspired short curls. When most women think of glamour, their minds go straight to long, flowing hair. But let me stop you right there. Short hair can be every bit as seductive, chic, and elegant. In fact, some of the most iconic images of beauty in the 20th century came from one woman who wore her hair cropped and curled, Marilyn Monroe. Now here's the surprise. Short curls don't just look stunning. They're also incredibly flattering for women over 50. Why? Because shorter cuts naturally frame the face, highlight cheekbones, and soften fine lines. When paired with loose, voluminous curls, the effect is radiant, almost like a natural facelift. According to a 2021 survey by Allure magazine, over 37% of women past 55 reported feeling more youthful and energized when they switched to a shorter style. Let me share a story. A 55-year-old retired teacher came to me before her 30th wedding anniversary dinner. She told me, "I've always worn my hair cropped, but I never thought it could look glamorous." We decided to give her Marilyn-inspired curls, soft, bouncy, and playful. That evening when she walked into the restaurant, her husband literally did a double take. Later, she told me laughing, he couldn't stop staring at me all night. He even said I reminded him of the woman he first fell in love with. Moments like that prove something simple. Glamour is not about length, it's about confidence and detail. Here's a practical note too. This style is a lifesaver for women with fine or thinning hair. Unlike sleek straight styles that can make thin hair appear flatter, curls add texture and volume. A good curling iron or even heated rollers can give instant body. Add a little shine spray, and suddenly your short cut feels full of life. For women with sultan pepper or fully silver hair, those curls catch the light beautifully, giving off that effortless sparkle. But let me ask you this, have you ever avoided short hair because you feared it would make you look older? That's one of the biggest myths in beauty. In reality, the right short style can take years off, not add them. Marilyn Monroe's curls are proof. They are flirty without being over the top, refined without being fussy, and they carry a sense of timeless femininity. The lesson is simple. Sophistication doesn't require length. Short hair, when styled with intention, can be just as alluring, sometimes even more so. Think of it as a canvas that lets your facial features, your smile, and your personality shine through. As women, especially over 50, we often feel pressured to play it safe. But styles like these remind us that risk can be rewarding. So the next time you have a special occasion, or even just a day when you want to feel extraordinary, ask yourself, what's stopping me from adding those curls? Because the truth is, short hair has the power to be just as iconic as long. All it takes is the courage to embrace it. And speaking of courage, let's move from this bold, sophisticated short style into another classic that's not only versatile but also universally flattering. 5. The low bun. There's a reason the low bun has never gone out of style. It's timeless, adaptable, and endlessly chic. Whether you're stepping into a business meeting, attending a dinner party, or simply running errands, this style works in every setting. But here's the twist. What many women don't realize is that the low bun is also one of the most forgiving hairstyles for women over 50. It smooths flyaways, elongates the neck, and frames the face in the most flattering way. Let me paint you a picture. A 60-year-old woman I worked with volunteers weekly at a local nonprofit. She told me, I don't have the luxury of time to fuss with my hair, but I still want to look polished. That morning we pulled her hair back into a sleek, low bun, left a few soft strands around her face, and added just a touch of shine serum. In less than 10 minutes, she looked refined, confident, and completely ready to lead her morning meeting. The feedback she received that day? People kept telling her she looked in charge, yet graceful, exactly the impression she wanted. And here's where it gets interesting. Studies show that clean, pulled-back hairstyles are often subconsciously associated with authority and elegance. A 2020 fashion psychology report revealed that women who wear sleek buns or chignons are often perceived as more trustworthy and organized. Imagine that, just by changing your hairstyle, you're already sending subtle signals of sophistication and confidence. Now, some women worry that pulling hair back too tightly might emphasize aging features. The trick here is balance. A slightly looser bun at the nape of the neck, with gentle volume at the crown or a few wisps framing the face, creates softness while still maintaining structure. For silver or gray-haired women, this look is especially striking. The bun showcases natural color variations, almost like highlights, adding dimension without any extra effort. But let me ask you, how often do we complicate things, thinking beauty has to be elaborate? The low bun is living proof that elegance can come from simplicity. You don't need hours in front of the mirror. You don't need layers of product. Sometimes all it takes is a simple twist and pin to look like you've stepped out of a magazine editorial. The lesson? Don't underestimate the power of minimalism. When life gets busy, and it always does, having a go-to style that delivers both ease and polish is priceless. The low bun isn't just a hairstyle, it's a strategy. A way to look composed, even on the most chaotic mornings. And if you think the low bun is just about practicality, think again. With the right accessories, a pearl pin, a silk scarf, or even just a sleek part, it can transform into a red carpet look in seconds. That's the magic of versatility. So as we leave this effortless classic, let's turn to a style that plays with movement and youthfulness, proving that fun doesn't stop at 50. 6. The headband style. Headbands aren't just for schoolgirls or casual days at home. They've become one of the most versatile and surprisingly elegant accessories for women over 50. In fact, fashion houses like Dior and Prada have repeatedly brought them back on the runway, proving that this simple piece can instantly elevate any outfit. Let's get real. As we age, styling our hair every single day can feel like a chore. That's why a headband is such a lifesaver. Not only does it keep hair away from the face, but it also creates a polished, intentional look in under a minute. Think about it. How many of us have skipped a day of washing or simply didn't have the time to style? A chic headband can solve that instantly, making it appear as though you put effort into your look when really you didn't. I remember a woman, 57 years old, who shared her story with me after returning from a trip to France. She said, "I didn't want to pack a curling iron or spend half my morning in the hotel bathroom. So I threw on a sleek black headband and suddenly I looked chic enough to blend right in with Parisian style." The photos she showed me, stunning. She looked effortless yet sophisticated, exactly what we imagine when we think of European elegance. Here's a surprising fact. According to a 2022 accessories trend report, headband sales among women over 50 rose by nearly 40%. Why? Because women are realizing that a well-chosen accessory can do the heavy lifting. It's not just about fashion, it's about freedom. Freedom from fuss, from overthinking, from spending hours perfecting every strand. But here's the hook. The wrong headband can work against you. Too youthful a design and it might feel out of place. The secret lies in material and width. Satin, velvet, or embellished headbands can add instant luxury. Wider bands can hide thinning hair near the hairline, while slimmer metallic bands lend a modern, minimalist vibe. And for women with silver or sultan pepper hair, a jewel-toned headband can create a striking contrast that draws attention upward, giving the face a subtle lift. Think about it. How many times have you overlooked accessories, focusing only on the hairstyle itself? The truth is, a small detail, a headband, a scarf, a pin can completely change your look without requiring extra effort. The lesson? Sometimes it's not about reinventing your hair, but about using the right tools to highlight your beauty. With just one accessory, you can step off a plane, walk into a dinner, or pose for a photo, and look like you planned it all along. And as we wrap up this look, it naturally brings us to another classic that has stood the test of time, one that embodies grace and sophistication, the timeless chignon. At the end of the day, elegance isn't about chasing trends or turning back the clock. It's about choosing what feels authentic, polished, and right for you. No matter your age, the right hairstyle can instantly highlight your natural beauty and confidence. Think of it this way, your hair is the frame that brings your face to life. Treat it like your crown and wear it with pride. This week, I encourage you to try at least one of the hairstyles we've explored today. Notice how it changes the way you carry yourself, and don't be afraid to share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you found these tips inspiring, make sure to subscribe and join me again in the next video, where we'll continue discovering simple yet powerful ways for women over 50 to look and feel their absolute best. Until then, stay elegant, stay confident, and I'll see you soon. Bye.